Hello, welcome back to another consulting quick chat. It's Zach, and today I have joining me Tiffany, a consultant here with me at Capgemini in the Atlanta office. So, Tiffany, just quick introduce yourself, where you're at, what you do, and more about yourself at Capgemini.
Yeah. Hey, Zach. Thanks for having me. My name is Tiffany Tsou. I'm based out of the Atlanta office, like you mentioned. I'm in the application services business line, specifically with SAP, and I work on the finance to manage team.
And for anyone who may not know, could you go in a little more depth about what SAP is? I mean, it's obviously it's a system. People have heard
Yeah.
of it, but for a perspective, person watching this, what exactly is SAP? What does that all mean?
Yeah, definitely. I personally did not know what SAP was going into this role as well, so that's a very valid question. SAP is a type of ERP system, and basically, without getting too technical, the ERP system just allows different areas of a business to communicate with each other. So if you have like a finance team and like supply chain or like manufacturing, how do they talk to each other and work together to make sure the business operates efficiently? So we basically at like the SAP business line, we have different types of projects, whether it's implementation, sustainment. We work with clients to make sure that these systems work well for their business model.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's helpful because again, I am not an SAP line, so I don't
Mhm.
really know it other than just the vague. Yeah, it's a system, like you said.
Yeah.
And yeah, just show a little more background on yourself. You've been with the company for how long now,
Yeah, so
approximately?
I started in March of 2020. I was part of the first virtual cohort. As we know, we're in a pandemic, so that was a very interesting start to my career. I graduated from the University of Georgia with degrees in finance and marketing in December of 2019, and so I took a hiatus and traveled the whole world for a couple months, and then I started my professional career just a few months later, and that's when the world shut down. So it's been a fully virtual experience since then, but I've found various opportunities at CAP to stay involved.
Okay, I'm just delving into that a little more. So you mentioned you're a finance major, so not computer science or any like a traditional tech degree. So what kind of led you to Capgemini and consulting in general?
Yeah, so I did a case competition at my last year of university and just introduced me to the world of consulting. And I got really excited about it. I was, just consulting, the lifestyle is every day is kind of different. And that's really something that I personally enjoy because I'm a very curious person. And so looking into different types of consulting firms, I found Capgemini being one of the leaders in specifically technology, and just my personal interest in technology. I wanted to explore that a little bit, and I happened to know like two older like mentors that I had back in my youth who worked here. So I had some calls with them, and they seemed to really enjoy their experience thus far. So I decided to apply, and things turned out well. So here I am.
There you are. So again, following up on that again, yeah. So in the year, basically, what's been your best part? Now, knowing about the company a little bit through friends, like you mentioned, and then
Mhm.
having experienced it for over a year. What would you say to two-part question? What would you
Sure.
say to prospective other, students right now, seniors that are possibly looking, and then also,
Mhm.
what was your favorite part? So,
Yeah. So sorry, to the seniors, I would say like my one liner would be like be okay with wearing different hats. Especially as a campus hire, it was like really intimidating for me to explore areas I wasn't familiar with. Like mentioned in the beginning, I didn't know what SAP was at all. But like these are areas like just being open to that and exploring those, different unknowns. I think that'll like be really rewarding in the end. Because that kind of leads into my, answering your second question, which was like my favorite part about CAP is that I've been able to gain skill sets that I didn't anticipate getting back in college. Being a finance major, I thought I would spend the rest of my life in Excel doing financial models. But I've learned skills like more technical skills, but also more functional skills in having a client facing role, talking to different types of people and problem resolving and planning and project management. all these things that I never realized were so important in a role, but got the skills for as I was open to learning new things, and whatever my manager would ask me to try, I would be willing to deliver. So that's like, I guess, two-ended answer as well. So
Perfect. Yeah. Great. And just lastly, just to wrap up this quick video, you mentioned you started at the beginning of COVID. I joined
Mhm.
after you, so you're my senior at CAP. But I also, of course, started remotely in COVID. And how's your experience? Because again, you probably were researching this at a time when people were still traveling, right?
Mhm.
When you were first looking in 2019 before
Yeah.
everything shut down. And one of the perks, of consulting in general is, oh, the travel. But
Yeah.
yeah, as you and I have both experienced joining the company during the shutdowns. Yeah, how has your experience been with kind of the remote work from home with consulting and with Capgemini specifically?
Yeah, so definitely bummed that I don't get all the travel points, hotels and like Sky Miles. That would have been great. But what can we do? Like that's the COVID really taught us all to be adaptive to the situation. And in general, I think consulting has continued to thrive in the virtual environment because we have technology to help us with that. So we've been able to use tools like Mural to as whiteboards, or continue to like share screens in different formats like Teams and Zoom. But just at CAP specifically, what I felt like I missed most out of not being in person is being able to connect with different groups, make new friends, mentors, and things like that. But I feel like I've still been able to do that through other outlooks, specifically with like ERGs. And also, we have like the PEC model within different geos, and then just like diversity task force within each business line. I've gotten myself involved in all of the three, and I think that has given me, opportunity to network with different types of people. Like I met you, and also, different mentors, different backgrounds. I think CAP just having all of these like different groups allows CAP employees to be proud of their identities, and I think that's something that I really respect about the company.
Okay. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah. Tiffany and I met through the Create ERG. So and everyone loves acronyms, but ERG is employee resource groups. Yeah. So
Mhm.
we connected through that. And yeah, I would just echo everything you just said. I'm involved kind of in the same things that you're involved in: diversity task force,
Yeah.
employee resource groups. And yeah, it's been a great way. Even though I'm in New York, you're down in Atlanta, states away, we still connect and chat, of course, virtually and like this on video. So
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, just echoing all that sentiment. So that's about it. Just keep this nice, short, and sweet. Thank you so much for your time, Tiffany, today, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.